You know, Bardstown has been fortunate to work with a lot of champions, those who rally for Bardstown and helping promote us as a great location to build a distillery. And I have to pick on one of those today. Jeff McKenzie with Bingham Greenbaum Dahl is a champion for us on this project. From property negotiations to planning and zoning to city council presentations and hourless times of sitting with him negotiating, his efforts are one of the reasons we're here today. And on behalf of Bardstown, Jeff, I appreciate the support you have given us, but most of all, the trust and belief that you have in Bardstown. Thank you. And there's also somebody I'm going to embarrass, and that's Jeff Hoffmeyer. He's a gentleman that actually was one of the first ones to consider Bardstown. A friend of his from one of our local distilleries here said, hey, you got a project, let's talk about Bardstown a little bit. Jeff came in, brought the company, had a little bit of belief in us, and you're again one of the reasons we're here, and very, very appreciative. Thank you, Jeff. You know, it takes a certain amount of passion for a person to pick up and move their family into a new state, and being given the directive to develop an entirely new whiskey division. And that's exactly what happened when Dmitry Epinoff was asked to develop the Stoli Group's newly created American whiskey division, including its 140-year-old Kentucky Owl brand. After less than a year here, he's already acclimated his wife and child to the area and experienced many of our traditions, including the Kentucky Bourbon Festival, and he survived it. Please welcome to Bardstown and to Kentucky, Dmitry.
Thank you, Kim, Governor, and all of you for coming out today and for all your help along the way with this project. This is my very first speech in Bardstown, and it's not going to be short. My name is Dmitry Efimov, the CEO of Kentucky Owl and the head of the new whiskey division of Stoli Group. First of all, let me introduce our organization and our vision for expansion into bourbon and other whiskey products. I'm very glad that I have a few of my colleagues from Stoli Group with me here and from Louisiana Spirits. Our flagship brand, Stoli Vodka, is known worldwide and it's sold in more than 172 countries across the world. Additionally, we have a broad beverage portfolio. We have two wineries, one in Spain and one in Argentina, our ultra-luxury elite vodka, our tequila distillery in Mexico, and our Bayou rum company, Louisiana Spirits, in Louisiana. Kentucky Owl is Stoli's latest acquisition, and we think that it's going to be a whole new chapter for our company with this entrance to brown spirits world. Before I reveal our plans, I would like to thank people who made all this happen. Governor Bevin, Secretary Terry Gill, and Lindsay Russell with the Kentucky Cabinet of Economic Development, Judge Watts, Mayor Hinton, and Kim Houston. Thank you. With Nelson County, the City of Bardstown, and all other state and local officials we've had the privilege of working with so far, some of whom fortunately here today. We feel warm welcome here. We are so appreciative of the warm welcome and the support we have received from the officials at the state and local level, and for their assistance in getting this project off the ground at the heart of the bourbon industry. I understand that Jay Hall and Secretary Don Parkinson with the Kentucky Department of Tourism are here and have brought the entire Kentucky Tourism Board with them this afternoon. Thank you so much. We are currently working with Tourism Board on plans for developing a true destination project for patrons of bourbon using the property on the other side of the railroad tracks. We look forward to continuing to work together to create a project for Kentucky residents and for visitors from around the world. We also have two commissioners of the ABC, Trina Summers and Carol Beth Martin. Are they with us here? Thank you. Eric Gregory and his team from the Kentucky Distillers Association are also here along with a few of their board members. We look forward to getting to know the KDA and its members and hopefully joining that legendary group. We would like to thank David Hayden and his family. They've been great partners. They've been true friends. And I gotta say, there's so many of them. It's wonderful to be friends with David Hayden. You're friends with David, you have half of Bardstown on your side. Nobody would mess with you. David, thank you so much for your support, for your friendship, and your company and your family. Thank you. One more bit of appreciation. We have a very special person with us here, Dixon Dedman, our master blender, our ambassador of Kentucky Owl, who resurrected the bourbon in recent years. I think Dixon has a few words to share with the group, and please, Dixon, come over here.
I will attempt brevity, but that's not really my strong suit. So, let me say first that I am truly honored and humbled at both this experience, at the turnout. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for being a part of this, and I'm very excited to be able to now see a new home for my family's brand. I was thinking earlier about growing up. I learned to water ski and shoot guns and other things I wouldn't mention in front of my mother at the original site of our distillery, established by my great-great-grandfather in 1876. It's down a curvy two-lane road on the banks of the Kentucky River, and very similar to the drive that we took coming to this site here. When we started this Kentucky Owl project several years ago, it was a dream of mine, of my family's, to resurrect this family brand. It wasn't about anything other than to be able to say that once upon a time my family did this and we were able to accomplish it again. If you had told me that 10 years or so later I would be standing here in this setting with this opportunity, I would have said you're absolutely out of your mind. But I can't believe that we're here, and I'm so excited that what we were able to accomplish have led my family's brand to this partnership and eventually a new, exciting home for something that means so much to me and so much to my family. I can tell you folks that this company that is going to be here is one that I truly believe in. Our partnership is one that has been nothing short of remarkable. They have a true commitment to quality, to attention to detail. They will do everything the right way, and you will love having this group here in Bardstown. And you're very fortunate to have such a wonderful company coming in because they are truly good to their word about what they intend to do. This opportunity only makes me more committed to get back to work to developing more of our batches of Kentucky Owl, more of our rye whiskey, and maintaining that legacy and that tradition started by my family so many years ago, carried on, and now watching this turn into such an amazing project. So thank you again for being here, and thank you.
Thank you, Dixon. It is a privilege for us to have Dixon on our team, and going forward, I promise you, he will make sure that whatever goes into a bottle of Kentucky Owl is just as good or even better than ever. So we're just at the beginning of our project here, but we already have so many people to thank. Obviously, our architects, our legal firm, of course, Jeff Hoffmeyer. The list can go on and on. But I would like to move to the project itself. We at Stoli began our search about a year ago for the home for our new whiskey business. We wanted to produce our brown spirit, bourbon, rye, and American whiskey in a site that met all of our requirements and was large enough for all our needs. We looked at many sites across several states. Then we narrowed it down to only 2 states. And I can be honest with you, I was pulling for this site from the beginning. Our plans for the quarry will make use of the natural limestone and the water that will fill these lakes. Most important, nowhere else would we find the people who understand and love bourbon as much as folks do here in Kentucky and in Bardstown. So we made one and only right decision to build Kentucky Owl Park here in Bardstown. So let's show the plan. I hope you can see that. We will purchase more than 400 acres extending onto both sides of Highway 245. This site includes the entire Hayden Materials Quarry, which will relocate over time. The pits which you currently see here on either side of the tent will fill with clear water. Each of the 5 lakes is shown in blue. The first phase of our development will involve the distillery, visitor center, and rick houses. The distillery will be located right where we're sitting and standing right now. The lakes will stretch out on either side of us. In only 2 years, I hope you'll come back here to visit us and stand in this very space in our state-of-the-art distillery, looking out over these beautiful lakes from both sides. The visitor center will be located here and will invite tourists to explore our brands and to rent a boat for a trip around our 200 acres of lakes. The bottling center will allow us to bottle our bourbons, whiskeys, and other beverages right here in Nelson County. As you can see, we have planned 10 large rick houses. We're going to build them over time. Then they will stretch along the lakes to our east and south. Those rick houses will be like no others that Kentucky has ever seen. We promise you that. We're very excited about 2 of the tourism elements we're currently working on. The tourism, the city, and the county that include the train station, restaurant, convention / art gallery / concert hall. I'll tell you that Stoli was the first vodka in space. Stoli, yes, it's true. Stoli was the first vodka to ever introduce flavors, and we think that our company can take bourbon tourism to a whole new level as well. With the assistance of the tourism board, we hope to create even more exciting tourism attractions north of the railroad tracks. We can't disclose everything today, but stay tuned and for more information on those elements. All of these facilities will make this project stand out from every other distillery in Kentucky, in the United States, and probably around the world. As I said, we promise you that. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for this opportunity to bring our Kentucky Owl Park to Bardstown and to be a part of your wonderful community. Thank you.
Well, one word is wow. And we hope that we're going to keep these screens up here because they're a little bit difficult to see for those in the back, but we invite you after the program to come up and to detail these things. It's incredible. It's something that's really going to transform. Uh-huh. We will have that for you. We have, and Allison has provided media kits for you guys to have it, so you all will get a very, very good picture of that. So today, this project moves on to an entirely new level in our economic development and tourism opportunities. This project, with the others that have been announced in the past 2 years, will certainly substantiate Bardstown as being not just a bourbon town, but as a bourbon destination. It's certainly a proud moment for all of us to sit here and to see a dream being realized right in front of us. We've heard today so many are responsible for helping us get here, and at the top of that list is Governor Matt Bevin, who through his collaborative efforts have created and encouraged a positive international economic environment that shows that Kentucky is open for promoting private investment. And we're so proud to know that this project will add to an already record year of economic development in Kentucky, thanks to Vivek Saran, Terry Gill, and Lindsay Ransdell, our Cabinet for Economic officials that are here. Thank you all for the support that you have given Bardstown. It's my honor to introduce to you the Governor of Kentucky, Governor Matt Bevin.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Normally, I really am not a big fan of people feeling obligated to stand up and clap, but frankly, as chilly as it is, it felt good, didn't it? It felt good to just warm up a little bit. Thanks for being here, truly. For those of you who did not drive yourselves up to this spot, I guarantee at least some of you are thinking, okay, this isn't looking good. This might be the last trip I ever take. And yet then you get up here and it opens up. How spectacular. It truly is. I'm struck by one thing about Dimitri, and for those of you who've gotten to know him a whole lot better than I do, obviously, your enthusiasm, your joy and your amazing persona, it's infectious. It really is. And I can't even imagine how successful this endeavor is going to be under your leadership. It's going to be fun. As he leaned over to me and he said, among all the great global brands that the Stoli Group has, this is going to be a crown jewel. He might have even said the crown jewel. I don't want to obligate him to that because it might get him in trouble, but he did say a crown jewel. I'll say that. And I think you're right. I mean, it's true. I mean, not only just everything about this is just fantastic and magical. Thank you to your family for believing in this community, for being such a part of this community, for being so committed to this community, having the ability to live for generations to come in ways that exceeded that which has preceded us. That's the greatness of any society, is that we continue to leave the ground on which we walk and work and live and till better for the people who would follow us. And that's exactly what's going to be happening up in this spectacular place. So I truly do appreciate it. I was struck by something else as I sat here and looked at the logo. I mean, marketing is everything. It really is. And with all due respect to all other bourbons, when in fact you decide to order the wise man's bourbon, you put a little pressure on the other people. Just saying. I'm not saying that those aren't great bourbons as well, but that was a pretty good move on your part. It really was. And I don't know if that goes back all the way to 1876 or not, but well done. I would say this, though, what you'll find and what you certainly have, I'm sure, already found, it's a small community. All the distillers, they truly love each other, respect each other, work with one another, help each other, would have each other's backs above and beyond anybody else in the community, and that's just fantastic. And so I'm excited as well, Dixon, to see your dream come to fruition. It will be fun. 50 years from now, when you're passing the baton to the next generation, it'll be fun to see where this all goes. It really will be. So for all of you who came here today, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. I was struck by one thing Dimitri said when they narrowed it down to 2 states. What? do they actually make bourbon in another state? I mean, really? Come on now. Come on, not really. I mean, they call it bourbon. I think it's really like splurban or something. It's not real bourbon. It's kind of like Naugahyde is to leather. It's brown. It's in a bottle. But let's be honest. The only real bourbon is made in Kentucky. We'll say that. It's at least made in Kentucky. And a whole lot of it made right here in Nelson County. It really is. So thank you. And that will ensure the better possibility of a true crown jewel being a crown jewel. So thank you for that. Again, it's an honor for me to be here. My credit goes really to the team, the economic development team that has worked so closely with all of those in this city, all the elected officials. That's how these deals happen. No one person does it, but it's a combination of many people. Thanks for being a part of it. Truly, thank you for being here. This is exciting. We're going to go move a little bit of dirt here in a moment. But again, it's my honor and privilege to be here with you on this day, and I do look forward to coming here when it will be transformed and when we will see something that's just magnificent. Thank you so much. Wait, I have something actually. Where's Isaac? If you can bring, okay, here we go. Awesome. All right, so I have a couple of things here for Dimitri. First of all, if you can come on up here. This first is, you don't have to open it now, but it is on that flagpole that's getting filled up here. That is another flag that you will be able to fly with pride. But I also, you mentioned that the Hayden family is a good family to know in these parts, that they will have you covered with half the people in the entire county. True enough. But for those that may not be covered by that family, we are going to make you today a Kentucky colonel, which hopefully will buy you some cred with some of the other half. So, outstanding. You are now officially a Kentucky colonel today, Dimitri. You are very, very welcome. Let me get a picture with you here, and it's awesome. We'll get it after too, but it's awesome. Thank you so much. Hey, all the best to you. You know, Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm." Great things are going to come out of these guys. It's true.
Thank you, Governor. Well, as you all know, something's being passed around here, and we do not do anything in Bardstown without drinking, and without toasting, and without drinking. So, and we're going to do a little bit of that today. So you can't have anything fun without being able to have a little bit of this. And Dixon, what are we drinking here?
This is actually,
Come on.
This is actually the Wise Man's Rye. This is the first batch of Kentucky Owl 11-year-old Kentucky Straight Rye whiskey that we have just released. So we're doing a little rye whiskey this evening to warm you up.
Sure, I'd be happy to. How about if you raise a glass to Dimitri and Dixon, to all involved and all that will be involved, to Bardstown, to Nelson County, to Kentucky, to the bourbon industry. Cheers. Cheers. We forgot. It's all good. There's no bad order for clicking of glasses or drinking.